Welcome to Talk Birdie To Me. This is Australia's most popular golf podcast with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn, the only player to beat Tiger Woods twice in match play, and tour pro Mark Allen, who played professional golf around the world for 15 years, including a British Open. We're coming from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. Titleist is the number one ball in golf, and FootJoy is the number one shoe and glove in golf. And thanks to our great partners, Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Download the Better app from the app stores today. Now that's better. And keep in mind, what are you really gambling with? Ping, as with Nick O'Hearn, they'll help you play your best. See your local golf shop or professional for a Ping club fitting. The Golf Clearance Outlet beat everyone's prices. Visit golfclearanceoutlet.com.au for your nearest store. Watch My Numbers turns your bogeys into birdies. Download the app from Google Play or the App Store. Now, from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, Talk Birdie To Me with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen.
G'day everybody, this is a feedback podcast, and believe me, we are very, very lucky to be here at Titleist HQ every single week. Have a look at all the golf stuff, the balls. If you don't want to use the balls the pros use, have a look at this one. So actually, some pros use this, the AVX.
What's that one?
This is the Titleist AVX.
Yeah.
It's an absolute beauty.
Tour Soft.
The Tour Soft I've used
Beautiful.
at corporate days. I mean, they were fantastic, performed very, very well. I mentioned my little pencil case.
You've still got it, haven't you?
Last week.
I don't reckon it's a pencil case.
What do you reckon it is?
Well, hang on. Does the drink bottle fit in there?
Nah, I think it's too big.
I don't know.
Check out.
No.
No, not quite.
Oh,
not
okay.
quite.
All right. Okay. Maybe it's a pencil case.
Maybe it's a toothpaste shoulder. And by the way, look at these FootJoy shirts. The cut, I feel like I've got biceps for the first time ever.
I know.
This is amazing.
A little ripped. A little tight.
So thanks to Titleist, thanks to FootJoy. We love coming in here and doing this podcast every single week. Now, Dan, have we got some feedback?
We do have plenty of feedback to run through today. Now, the first one, this is from Timmy Garrett. Timmy has sent a video in.
Oh, okay.
Hey, boys, I'd like you to have a look at my swing. A few lessons I've had, and I've tried to turn my slight fade into a draw. I only play occasionally, and I am unable to practice too much. But should I persist in doing this? Also, what are the pros and cons of a strong versus a weak grip? Cheers, Timmy.
Righto.
Okay.
Before we see the swing, has he been watching any golf lately?
Everyone's
Everybody
hitting a
is
fade.
hitting a little fade. Everyone's hitting a little fade.
I know a draw's sexier, but it's harder to control.
Yeah, but do you reckon? See, it doesn't even feel better to me. A draw. Does a draw feel better to you?
Oh, with the driver, I love it when I can get that, for me, a left to right shape. But I'm mostly a fader of the ball. So,
Look, I just know when I woke up and I had a fade going, that's when I played my best golf from tee to green.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
You ready for the video from Timmy?
yes, I'm very keen to see what a little fade swing looks like.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, here we go.
Well, he's working on a draw, right?
Here we go. He wants it. Well, he wants to hit draws. Oh yeah,
That's good. Good
that's
swing.
a good swing.
Wants to hit a draw.
Give us another look at that, Dan.
Yeah. It was over in a flash.
He was happy with it too. I think.
Isn't he? He's on his own time up there.
Give me one more look. Yeah, the setup's good. There's no excessive motion that I don't like, Nick.
Yeah. The backswing's pretty quick. That's one thing I will say.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing if some people just have a faster tempo. If there's a way to slow-mo it down and get the position at the top, that would be good. I don't know if you can do that, Dan.
I don't know. Hang on.
Let's have a look at his.
A good thing when people send us in videos, by the way, is send us a normal one, but also send us one in slow motion.
yeah.
So you can do that on your phones typically.
Well, hang on. I'll slow it down here. I'll do it like half speed.
Okay.
Here we
Can
go.
you do that?
Perfect. Can you? It's good.
Jeez, you could if you could do that. It's
There
a
we
great
go.
setup.
Yeah. So we were talking on the pod earlier in the week about John Rahm trying to get that club face outside the hands
Yes.
halfway back. I
Yes.
noticed there, if anything, his club. If we bring it back a bit further here, Dan. No, the other way.
The other way. It's a good spot at the top.
Really good there.
Club shallows
Good
out
there.
nicely.
It's Scotty Scheffler-like.
But that's a fade.
That's a fade position.
That's a fade
Yeah.
position.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a fade position on the way down. He's probably super releasing with the hands to get the draw happening.
I mean, they're probably going to be pulled draws, I'd say.
Yeah, they are definitely, I'm aiming right to hit this draw sort of action, which is okay. But my God, just the way it came down into that fade plane, I'd be hitting fades for the rest of my life
I was
if I'm
going to
this
say,
guy.
just aim a little bit left and
Yeah.
away you go. Now, if you want to hit the draw and you do get a chance to practice, well, just aim a little right and swing out to the right and whip the hands over a bit more, try and get that club path coming from the inside a bit more, really. So, but if you don't practice much, it's a hard one to master. So I would, if you're just going to go out and play quite a lot and not practice, just work with what you have, and then guess what? Work on your short game.
Yeah, I'm with you. Look, all I would say to you is if I'm your coach, I'd say slow down that backswing a hair and fade that son of a bitch all day. And start having 25 putts around, and you'll be a hell of a player.
Timmy also said, what's the pros and cons of a strong versus a weak grip? So, any thoughts on that?
Well, look, I think most pros who have got a weak grip had a problem hooking the ball when they were young. And one of the things they did was change their top hand from being able to see the back of their palm to being able to see maybe just a knuckle or two, maybe just a knuckle. If we're talking about a weak grip. Yeah. And I think a lot of kids who picked up a club and maybe the club was very heavy probably went straight to a grip, where the palm was on top and just learnt to play with that thing.
Yeah. I think stronger grips, most of those people tend to use their bodies a bit more through the hitting zone, because the body's got to release it, because if the hands release it, guess what? You're hitting it straight left.
Way left.
Whereas if you're more of a handsy player, a bit like myself, I have not a strong grip, more if I'm anything on the weaker to neutral side. Yeah. I'm more of a handsy player, so I like to use my hands a bit more. So that means my body doesn't fire as much. So it really just depends on the grips. Almost determines the type of golf swing you're going to have.
Yeah, I've got to say though, the people who had strong grips that I loved to watch play. So Fred Couples, fade. Lee Trevino, fade. Yeah. Paul Azinger, fade.
But their lower body was working like
whooshing
anything.
Through. Whooshing through
to hit that fade.
Yeah. So look, I love how both grips work, and I understand both types of professional who has a strong and a weak. But if you've got a strong grip and you're not trying to hit fades, I think you're doing the wrong thing.
Okay, got a question here and a comment from Aitken. Aitken has said, Nick and Mark, I'd like you to backtrack 30 years ago for both of you. If you could get on to live via the Asian tour and then qualify for the majors via live, would you have bothered with the hassle and expense of relocating to America, or would you have stayed based in Australia and travelled around Southeast Asia as required? If live get ranking points, then I think this will be a reality for junior Aussie golfers, and stories like Harrison Endicott's may be a whole lot less common.
Yeah, look, it's not silly if they get ranking points.
No.
But if I was a 26-year-old and I wanted to win a major or two and thought I had the ability to win a major or two, that's probably the important bit. If I thought I had the ability to win a major or two, then live's not for me. I'm going to the States. If I second-guessed my major winning ability, then your option, living in Australia, playing in Asia, filling my pockets with cash is a fabulous option.
Not a bad way to go, yeah. For sure. I think looking back 30 years ago, I was just trying to get on any tour overseas, to be honest. And I went to the US originally.
Yeah.
Good thing I missed my card over there because I wasn't ready to play over there. Went to Europe instead, got my card there. Would I have played in Asia? I was never a real fan of Asian-style golf. I preferred European style myself, and then it was just a natural trend to go play against the best players in the world, which is where you go to with America. So,
how old were you when you were Nico Who and leading the Australian Open at Metro?
26.
Gee, okay.
Yeah, so I wasn't young. I was still,
And that's not quite 30 years ago, is it?
Not quite.
Yeah, not quite.
That's true.
Message here from Jeff. G'day, fellas. I recently discovered your podcast and I now look forward to catching each episode on YouTube. A quick thank you to Mark for your tip on your pre-shot routine. I used to stand behind my ball on the tee, looking across the hole rather than down the line that I wanted to hit. After adjusting to look down the line, I've gone from hitting 4 or 5 fairways around to sometimes hitting 10 or 11, but usually 8 or 9. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
Once again, thank you for the tip, and I'm looking forward to my pre-booked fitting for the new Titleist irons with my tour pro, Alan Patterson.
Holy dolly. Good on you, Al.
That's exciting, isn't it?
Days.
Well done. That's a great message from Jeff there. Well done.
Well, you're all about pre-shot.
It can change things for golfers unbelievably. It's such a simple change too.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's about the golf swing, but just how you walk into the ball, those 10 seconds before you hit a golf ball are so important.
Yeah, and particularly with golf too, it's not like throwing a ball at the stumps where your eyes are there and you're looking at the stumps. you're on the side, back from the ball. It's the worst possible spot to see the line.
Totally.
Is when you're actually in your setup position. So you've got to have an idea from back here.
Watch all the pros. They're all back there.
Yeah. The only bloke I can remember who has a practice swing next to the ball who was any good was Steve Elkington.
Davis Love used to.
Davis Love.
Yeah.
Not many.
No. And there's
Hardly
one lady on the LPGA, Alison Corpuz. But other than that, can't think of anyone. And if they do have a practice swing next to the ball, they then walk behind and then line themselves up.
That is correct. Yeah. So I would say 1% of 1% of professional golfers have a practice swing next to the ball, which
kind of tells you something, doesn't it?
Which is poison.
Now we're going to go to the turn, and we have a message to read after the turn that I think, from a Wolfpacker, that I think may well be a lie, because it involves Mark, you playing in inclement weather, which we all know you don't do.
Ooh, not often.
So we will get that message after the turn.
Okay.
Looks good, man. Dude. Are we in slow motion, too?
If you're planning a Gold Coast holiday, we've got an idea for you. Just 23 minutes from Surfers Paradise, you'll find one of Australia's most stunning golf experiences. Links Golf and Wellbeing at Hope Island is a premium 18-hole course designed to challenge and entertain whatever your skill level. We can't guarantee that you'll hit the ball like Scotty Scheffler, but with lush fairways, pristine greens and a link-style layout, you'll have a great time trying. And with a friendly modern clubhouse, including a restaurant and bar, Links Golf and Wellbeing at Hope Island makes you feel just as welcome off the course as you are on. And of course, there's a well-equipped pro shop, putting greens and driving range. So whether you come for the golf, the food or the company, next time you visit the Gold Coast, we'd love you to drop into Links Golf and Wellbeing Hope Island. Visit us at linkshopeisland.com.au.
We're live from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. We all know the number one ball in golf is Titleist and the number one shoe and glove in golf is FootJoy. We're here thanks to the Golf Clearance Outlet. They beat everyone's prices. Ping will always help you play your best. Turn your bogeys into birdies with the Watch My Numbers app. And Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. That's better. Now, back to Talk Birdie To Me. Here's Nick and Mark.
Hey, you mentioned playing in inclement weather.
Oh, which you never do.
Which I don't like doing. I'm in desperate need of a little bit of Queensland golf or somewhere a little bit warmer, you know.
Absolutely.
Maybe like
Let's go to the Gold Coast, maybe.
Links Hope Island or just somewhere I haven't seen that golf course for so long.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it?
No, I haven't played there. No, never did. I used to have a tournament there in the mid to late 90s.
Yeah, and something happened
just
at the
before
last
my
one.
time. So,
and I reckon it was Michael Long or it was Peter Lonard.
Rings a bell.
A golf ball moved. Penalty was called.
Was it like a Johnny Walker Classic or something or not? No.
Yeah, well, it must have been. They used to play some very, very big tournaments there. I think Langer might have been there.
Langer was the one. I think that's the Michael Long one. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Langer was there. Anyway, I'd love to get back and check it out. I haven't been there for ages.
I saw some photos of Links Hope Island, the golf course, the other day, and because they had that massive storm went through the Gold Coast a few months ago. Remember that, like the mini cyclone thing? And they got a little bit of damage there, but geez, they've done it up beautifully. It looks incredible right now.
Nice part
we should do. We actually talked about this a little bit. We've talked about this often.
Road trip.
We haven't. Yeah, we've talked about this often. We've talked about doing a road trip and a golf day, a Wolfpackers golf day.
Oh my goodness!
A Queensland Wolfpackers golf day.
Maybe we should.
Have we got enough Queensland Wolfpackers?
Hopefully, it won't end like the other Wolfpack.
That's right.
Maybe we should. Do you know what? Look, they have been advertising on Talk Birdie, Links Hope Island. Okay. So maybe we call the boss up there, David, next week.
Yeah, do that.
And have a yak to him and say, mate,
we need to do a golf day.
We need to do a golf day. Yeah, and is he up for it? I mean, I don't know. He might say no. He might not be able to do it. Why don't we have a chat to him next week?
Do it.
Okay, we'll do that.
Well, you just might have to talk birdie to him. So
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
Jeez, Nick, really?
I had to.
Really?
I had to.
know where that came.
Jeez, mate, that is for a guy who I thought was actually anyway. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is the email on inclement weather. This comes from Jonathan. Jonathan said, Nick and Mark, I've got a question for Nick. From somebody who has played a little bit of golf around the world. Do you know what? I've just realised I actually said this was about you, Mark. It's not about you. It's about Nick.
It's good.
This
It's
is
about Nick.
from Jonathan.
Finally.
It's from Jonathan. It's about Nick, not Mark.
Jonathan the other day sent me a message saying, I've sent a question in for the pod. So this could be it.
Well, this is it.
Okay.
Yeah, I reckon it is. Yeah. So sorry, Mark. I've thrown you under the bus inadvertently.
Always.
Oh.
A question for Nick. From someone who's played a bit of golf with you around the year, in particular in winter and the colder months in Melbourne, I refer to the Victorian PGA Pro-Am a few years ago when we played as a team. The winds that day were 70 k's an hour plus. It was raining sideways. We were standing on the first tee with the other team of young pros from New South Wales. And Nick, you leaned over to me and said, this will be interesting. Here's my question.
Yes.
What is your advice to keeping your composure and mental processes going in challenging or atrocious conditions?
Very good question. And I remember that day distinctly because it was the RACB Cape Shank course, Vic PGA. And there was a par 3 down the hill on the back 9 where it was about a 140-metre hole, something like that. And I've tried to just chip a little 4-iron under the wind, just to keep it low. And my two pros that I was playing with tried to hit the high ball.
Oh, no.
And I think they both made 7 and 8 on the hole or something. They couldn't keep the ball down.
Yeah.
But Jonathan, who I was playing with, a good buddy of mine, I've been teaching him this little knockdown shot for these days. He hits it to 10 feet. One of the greatest shots ever.
Beautiful.
But anyway, getting back to his question, how do you keep your composure? Well, I think the biggest part about it is you have to accept the conditions. You have to accept it's going to be a tough day. Things are going to go a little pear-shaped. And it's almost like playing a US Open in that sense for me, when I knew bad things were going to happen. Bogey's not a bad score. Just keeping those big numbers off the scorecard is critical. And it's also why we teach people to have a really good short game, because on days when the conditions are going to mean you're going to hit shots that you're not really happy with, well, guess what? Your short game's going to save you on those days. So the biggest part about those really tough days is a very unsexy word, and it's called acceptance. And just staying patient and try and get the most out of every shot you have out on the golf course, because it's very easy to blow up and have big numbers on windy days and rainy days. And I know you don't experience those because you don't go on the golf course in those days.
Not anymore, Nick. I used to love the windy days. I used to love playing in wind. And
that's why I loved US Opens, because I knew guys would just lose the plot.
Yeah. Anyway, a long time ago, Peter Thompson used to talk to me. And it's one of the most beautiful, I'll never forget it as long as I, he used to always make a beeline and come over and wish me well whenever he was commentating, or when he was around. One year at Victoria, I forget what, it must have been a Vic PGA at Victoria a long time ago. There was a practice round. I was playing with the Queensland guy, and it was his straight to the teeth on the 16th hole, straight into this, and I was bashing 3-iron. The Queenslander tried to bash a 4-iron, and Peter Thompson was behind the back blocks, and he walked up and said, "What are you doing, Mark?" And he took the 3-iron that I hit, which ballooned with the old ball. He took it and had one practice swing, hit it off the deck, and he hit this shot. It was the most beautiful thing you have ever seen. It just went low. It had no spin. It landed next to my ball, but ran onto the green.
Yeah.
And he just said, "Mark, you've just got to find a way to hit the ball without spin."
Yep. Absolutely.
And guess what I did for the rest of the week? I was trying to, hit these long irons without spin. Now, in the end, you get it. And it's just, it's just a bit like table tennis. You can spin it that way. You can spin it that way, left or right. You can do all that sort of spin. Once you get going, once you're competent in golf, you can kind of do it, but you can't hit it hard.
No.
That's the one thing you cannot possibly do, is to really belt it.
Yeah.
And once you find that happy medium of hitting a long iron without spin, you start to look forward to the windy days. Absolutely, you do.
So Peter, I remember him talking about, he used to, why doesn't everyone just chip a driver off the first hole at St. Andrews?
That's it.
All these guys are hitting irons and 3-woods, which are ballooning up.
Yeah.
Just hit a little bump and run driver off there and just run it down as far as you want. And that's what I used to do at St. Andrews.
Yeah.
I just chip a little driver off there. Away the ball would go. And everyone usually says, how do I get spin on the ball? How do I get spin? But there's actually an art to taking spin off the ball, funnily enough, especially for elite players.
Yeah.
and younger elite players.
I actually like doing it. Sometimes you've got a tight hole. So the golf course I play, Kingston, has got a couple of tight holes where even into the wind, you kind of, you want to get it down there a little bit. But the little half 3-wood that doesn't spin, it's the most beautiful shot to have in your arsenal because somehow it ends up going a hell of a lot further than the effort you put into doing it. The one thing you got to do is you've still got to accelerate, but not the big acceleration. You can't kind of just fall at the ball at impact. There still has to be a little bit of acceleration, but it's a gentle acceleration with a gentle backswing, and away we go.
Message here from Matt Whiting. Boys, I've played in the same group as young Jasper, who you had on the pod recently, in the Rossdale Open.
Wow.
He's an amazing talent. I was 39 years old and he beat me by 9 shots.
Oh. Don't worry. What was his name? Sorry, Matthew?
Matt.
You're not going to be the first or the last person to be beaten by 9 by that young kid.
It's great fun playing with the kid who can play.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's depressing, but it's fun.
Yeah, they move so beautifully and the game feels so easy to them. And the putting is the one that really knocks you around.
There's no scar tissue.
No, they don't care about 3 putting. They just keep on trying to hole it.
It's
fabulous. Yeah.
Damien's got a question for you, Nick. He said, Nick, why wasn't Cam Smith's back 9 run worthy of top 5 status? I had the good fortune of being there to witness it myself. Regards, Damo.
Oh, this is at
British
the Open?
Yeah, St Andrews.
Yeah, which top 5 are we talking about?
Okay.
I've
must
lost,
have been
I've
the
lost
best
track.
golf. No, it would have been on the back of Grace Kim's. So
the best finishes.
Best finish to get your first major.
Yeah, probably missed that one actually. Yeah. Just
it's a hard school to get in.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I found, what did he shoot that back 9? I'm trying to think.
I'll ask Grok. You continue.
Ask Grok. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, you can't. You're going to miss some though, aren't you? I mean, this is a mini.
No, that's a good call. Yeah, I did miss that one.
Okay.
My apologies. Oh, he's over there trying to find out.
He's nuts about Grok. It's crazy. I mean,
AI.
But the number of messages Mark sends around saying, "Oh, look at this on Grok."
What did Cameron Smith shoot in the final round of the British Open at St Andrews where he won?
Okay.
Let's see if Grok's any good.
Well, that was like 65 or something, wasn't it?
I'm going to have to upgrade to
need
Grok
the back
4,
9,
I think.
though.
Cameron Smith shot a final round score of 8 under par.
64.
And that's all it says.
Didn't say back 9.
Hang on. I'll go again.
Try again.
What did he shoot on the back 9 that day?
Mark, what's it giving you? What's Grok saying?
Grok has given me nothing.
Huh.
I'm going to have to upgrade to Grok 4.
Okay.
$50 a month, that is.
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
$50 a month?
Grok 4
or $500 a year.
It's like the iPhone. It just keeps...
Okay.
I need more intelligence.
Final question here for you guys. This is from Fez. Fez has said, boys, off topic, but do you think that an amateur golfer should go into plus numbers for handicap? I play off +1, and I reckon it's ridiculous that you've got to give shots back to the golf course.
Why? I mean, if 8 out of 20 rounds you're shooting under par, that's your lot in life.
Yeah, that's a fair call. I mean, just don't shoot as good a scores, I would say. And that is the beauty of the golfing system is with everyone's handicap, we can all have a fair competition.
I remember in the old days, and when I say the old days, I got back from college golf in 1989 and I was playing well and I had to get permission to go to scratch, believe it or not. Or it was either permission to go to scratch or permission to go to +1.
Yeah.
And you had to be doing it in tournaments. So I was doing very well in the tournaments. I won the Canberra ACT Amateur and I won that by a mile. And then I came back and permission was granted and I went to +4 back in those days.
Wow.
So there's precedent for what he's asking.
Okay.
But I don't think that's going to happen anymore. I think the handicapping system, I don't mind it. I think if we're all on board, we're all the same. We understand that +4 is not +4 of the old days. And we also understand that if you're not playing off +7 or 8, then you haven't got much hope as a professional. Not much.
Not much.
Not these days.
Okay, so Fez basically needs to accept it and move on.
I believe so.
That's stiff cheese.
Yeah.
Bad luck.
All right. That's the feedback for today, boys. But we might come back maybe on Monday with another quick little feedback one because we've got lots of stuff coming in to
Have
chat
we?
about.
Sounds good.
we do.
I love all the correspondence. So thanks to everybody who sends it in. We love it. And don't forget to go to talkbirdietome.com.au, scroll down a little bit, leave us a voice message because they're our favourites.
Oh, good.
We'll see you next time.
And that's been Talk Birdie To Me, Australia's most popular golf podcast, with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen, coming from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. As everyone knows, Titleist is the #1 ball in golf, and FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. Wherever you get your podcasts, make sure to subscribe, maybe leave a review, and we'd love you to share the pod with a friend who loves their golf. Huge thanks to our fantastic partners. Ping, like they do for Nick O'Hearn, will help you play your best. You can see your local golf shop or professional for a Ping club fitting. The Golf Clearance Outlet always beat everyone's prices. Visit golfclearanceoutlet.com.au for your nearest store. Watch My Numbers is the most powerful data-based golf app in the world. You can download from the App Store or Google Play. And better, they've got the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Download from the App Stores today. Now that's better. Keep in mind, what are you really gambling with? But for now, from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, thanks for being a part of the show. We'll see you next time.